Hey everyone, Doctor of Science stuff here. And I wanted to do a video today on where shoes come from, the science and the history behind shoes. And so some of you might already know this because I think they used to teach this in school, but now I don't think they do anymore. I don't know why. But it all started years ago, like before shoes were invented, of course, in like the 1800s. And it started in Australia. Yeah. And the Australians, way back then, the ancient Australians, they were looking at like ancient Greece and they're like, ooh, they got pyramids up there in ancient Greece and they're pretty cool. So let's build some pyramids down here. And you might be thinking, wait a minute, there's no pyramids in Australia. And you're right. It's because of this issue. Because what happened was this. So the Australians, they knew that they'd have to like move a bunch of rocks and stuff to make pyramids, like in ancient Greece. And we talked about that in the rocks episode of my show here. And they were going to have to go across land that was like covered with broken glass and scorpions and killer octopuses, and the whole continent is covered with poison and hypodermic needles, right? So they knew they'd have to protect their feet. And they looked at ancient Greece and they said, well, we can't really do how they did it. Because the ancient Greeks, like ancient Greece was covered, the whole country was covered in sand. It is a big desert. So they didn't need good shoes, right? Like, not anymore, of course. Now Greece is covered with like Olive Garden restaurants and Acropoli and Greek people. But back then it was all sand, so they could wear sandals. And sandals really started because they started wearing underpants on their feet. Yeah, like the sandals have that thing that go between your big toe and your middle toe. And that came from thongs, right? Thongs got the thing and the thing, right? But the Australians needed more shoe so they wouldn't stub their toe and die of all the poison. And that's why they invented them. Eventually the pyramid thing got scrapped, but that's where it comes from.